Okie dokie. I don't know when Twitch actually starts streaming or when it stops. I've noticed that, like, when you start streaming, it takes like 10 seconds for it to actually start doing stuff. And then, like, when you stop streaming, even if you're still sending data up to the server, it'll cut your stream off, which is kind of a silly system. Anyway, I thought I would just do a quick video now, and I will look at comments this time, sorry. A quick video on SoundToys, the SoundToys bundle. These things are worth every dollar. And you might notice that they all have a pretty similar aesthetic. And I'm going to play you a little track here as well that I haven't finished yet. This is my favorite one here, Decapitator. We've spoken about this before. And they all have this similar aesthetic because what I and hundreds, maybe thousands of people love about the SoundToys plugins is that they have this really fat, warm, analog sound. Like Decapitator is not just a saturator, it is, you've got these different algorithms here which simulate like the Rupert Neve mixing console, all these other different things, and they each saturate differently. You do have a low cut, because sometimes you don't want to saturate your low end. Bitterly, how you doing? And yeah, so I highly recommend these. This is some of the best money I've ever spent. Like, I was just going to buy Decapitator, but it was kind of pricey. And I thought, well, what else does SoundToys do? Oh, they do an EQ, like this one here, CQ. They do this, which actually has a drive component. They do Devlock, this thing called Devlock. This thing makes your drum tracks just sound absolutely incredible. It just smashes it and crunches it, and oh, it's just wonderful. So I thought, well, I'm not just going to get one plugin, I'm just going to get the bundle. It's probably better value for money. So anyway, let me play you this mix, and then we'll talk about what's actually going on.
Cast on. Cast on. Cast on. Cast on. Cast on. Cast on. Cast on. Hey man, are you ready to go? Cast on. I'm ready to go. Cast on. What we gonna do? Cast on.
So we'll play some more in a little bit, but I just kind of wanted to use this track as an example of how I mix things. Yeah, actually this is kind of an older work in progress, so there's not as much to show you here. But you can see I'm using I'm using CQ. This is a really nice sounding analog style EQ unit from SoundToys. It's really good for boosting bass, boosting mids, boosting treble, and this little drive knob here is quite magical as well. I'm using Pro L2, which is a great limiter from Fab Filter. I find the key to getting that sort of punch out of your limiter is to use a low attack. And obviously, FabFilter being as awesome as they are, you've got these different algorithms here: dynamic, all-round, aggressive, modern, terahash, how you doing? Transparent. Yeah, so you want to play with that. So it's good to like compress. You want to compress using a multiband compressor and then apply a limiter with a really short attack time. And that's how you get that sort of punching sound. Like if I take all of this off, okay, put it all back on. There's so much more bounce. There's a lot more spring. See, so now let's take the bass channel for example. I actually made these stems in a separate project, which is why these are rendered out as WAVs. But you see, if we put Decapitator on, you get to hear what it actually does. And let me maybe disable the master channel stuff too, just so you can hear this in isolation. So, at its extreme, it's adding like on this particular bass channel, it's really not necessary. But what I'll do is I'll load up like a sine wave, a sort of a sine wave bass, like a really low one. Yeah, that's really low. So let's take this guy. Let's pipe him through to the, I'm really bad at window management. Let's pipe him through to the bass channel, and I'll show you what this actually does. Yeah, actually, yeah, let's turn that off. Okay, so, but to illustrate this, I'm going to actually put this EQ on here. And you can see now, so you've got your fundamental frequency there, which is really low. It's setting at 64 Hertz. That's way too low. You're not going to hear that on anything. You've actually, interestingly, got another harmonic sitting at around 200 Hertz. So this is actually not a pure sine wave. This actually has a square sort of factor to it. But now watch what happens to this waveform as I increase Decapitator. See that? Look at all those overtones coming through. And then I take it off, you're left with your fundamental. Take it back up, look at all the harmonics, look at all this beautiful mid-range you've got happening here. And you try different modes. Ooh, that's aggressive. That's nice. That's a bit MIDI. So you can see how a saturator, like Decapitator, will take your harmonics and mirror them, basically, up your frequency range. And that's great. You really want that. The other reason you use something like Decapitator is because it increases the perceived volume of what you apply it to. But it actually reduces the volume on a technical level. Your peaks actually come down, believe it or not. So if you're trying to make something louder in your mix, Decapitator or any kind of saturator is really good. Saturn 2 from FabFilter is worth looking at. I find it just sounds a bit more digital though. It sounds too digital. And what I love about these, like let's say you take, where's the other one? So like Radiator, for example. This is what SoundToys is all about. It's about simulating, emulating old analog gear. So Radiator will also colorize your sound. It'll saturate it in different ways. You can change your input level, your output level. And that's not all you get in the SoundToys bonus. I'm sounding like a salesman today. You get primal tap. So let me see if I can demonstrate these. Let's actually load a new thing. So let's take the classic. Let's take the classic Full Monty sample. Now let's try. Have I got the little plate reverb in here? This is the other one that SoundToys gets a lot of recognition for. Really nice plate reverb. Really, really nice plate reverb. Let's try it on a pad. Plate reverbs are good because they maintain the harmonics really, really well. Okay, so, I mean, Little Plate is worth buying on its own. That's one of the best plate reverbs I've ever heard. Now, they also give you, what is this? Crystallizer. This is kind of useful. I wouldn't use this as often. This is a granular delay, which means it's doing all sorts of cool things. So good for texture. But like also really weird. I don't know how I would use that. Oh no, we've had that one. And then if you have, let's say you try your primal tap. This is an interesting delay. It's got more of a tape delay style. That's really long. Yeah. That's cool. Really weird. So Devilog Deluxe. Let me see if I can find some sample. Let's make like a basic sort of thing here. Where's our swing? Yeah, we don't want this one to be as loud. Let's put this. Yeah, and then that's nice. I like swingy house. Alright, and then maybe a second sort of a kick drum thing. Didn't plan on doing this, sorry. Oh yeah. I like that FL Studio introduced this little length thing here. This is great. Yeah, let's put it there, if possible. And then maybe you bring in some shakers. I sampled shakers from YouTube a long time ago. You see, the problem with that is it doesn't have a swing, but maybe that's not such a big deal. This isn't the best way to bring loops in using a piano roll, but it's just how I've grown up doing it. So you have to sort of like, you know. Okay, let's double it to keep the tempo tight. You see, the problem is like that shaker isn't swinging. But, you know, let's take that. Let's maybe also just do... Okay, I like this. Let's have this on the downbeat. Let's literally just do one each beat. But like maybe fade it out slightly. What does it want? I'm getting lost. I'm like, nah, fuck the stream. I just want to make a beat. Let's clone this actually. These are sounds I recorded in 2006. So what does this want? That's me. Oh. That's nice. I don't usually like snare drums with house beats, but let's just see. And then what we can do is we can reverse this one. Bring it back a little bit. Let's just get some, let's build something up. Maybe. I recorded that from a vinyl many, many years ago. Like, it was literally a vinyl just about world percussion, so lots of really wonderfully isolated sounds. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work. It only wants to be, you know, every other bar. But anyway, let's just take this. Let's bring this through to a track. And now, so first of all, what does the little plate sound like if you put a plate reverb on drums? My only criticism of this is there's no pre-delay. I like using a pre-delay. So, for example, let's route this track to another track which is going to have Seventh Heaven on it, which is my gold standard. This is my end game reverb. And let me play this to you. This is hilarious. You never actually use this, but this preset is called Europa. This is a 25-second reverb. That's going to go and go and go. Let's put the full Monty through there on reverse. "25-second." And the great thing about these are convolution, these are impulse responses. And they're impulse responses of the original Bricasti M7, the classic reverb unit. How do I get this to be... Oh, I see. So that's good for building pads. If I try to find a sound... I was going to make this about SoundToys, but like... I don't know, I just get lost in these things. Oh man, why is there nothing in that folder? That's bullshit. Okay, well anyway, there's something in the Postman Pat things I like. There, that one. I love this. I don't know why I love this so much. But I only want to use... Let's try that. Nice. So there's a pad. You can resample that, and now you've got a wonderful sounding pad. It's still going. 25 seconds. Yeah, do you still live in the Perth area? Yes, I do. How you doing, T3X? The person who made Monty needs more. I know. I want to know what it is. It's very obviously got like... It's got a filter envelope. The cutoff gets sucked down immediately. And it's got some kind of distortive, saturative quality to it. But I don't know. Let's see if we can combine that with... The one's like a major chord, the other one's a minor. So that might actually not work so well. I want to see if you can like make a pad using both of these. Let's just get this. There you go. There you go. Now let's pipe that through the 7th heaven and see what we get. Sorry, I forgot to do my screen. There. Now you got more bass. Wow, that's a nice fucking reverb. Anyway, what the hell was I doing? That's right. I get sidetracked so bad. Yeah, drums, that's right. So... I want to get like a Digitact or something and just make beats all day. This hat's a bit low. So let's see what happens if we put one of these SoundToys things on here. Like, let's maybe try the Devilock. So I can straight away hear that when you switch it to fast, it brings the shakers out a bit more. This is basically like an analog limiter smasher sort of thing. It's ridiculous and it's overkill for the sake of demonstration, but you can still, you get an idea of what's going on. Radiator, let's try the radiator. Gain the input of it. And you see, if you look at the levels here, you are actually capping off. So it sounds louder, but it's actually not. It's hard to explain. Let's put on a little bit of plate reverb. Let's make it sound a bit more spacious. It does have a low cut, which is nice. But it doesn't have a pre-delay, which is annoying. I wish this had a pre-delay. You can set your decay time, but that's it. You can modulate. What's the difference with that? Yeah, okay. Yeah, still got the Devilock on apparently. Oh no, I don't. FL Studio doesn't update the name of your plugins when you change them. Yeah. Garage is actually coming back for real. Yeah, you probably could pre-delay it with a mix bus, yeah. That's right. That's absolutely right. Yeah, and then Decapitator, I mean, I'm trying to think of like a really good example. Because drums, yeah, it has a purpose on a drum track, but it's not like an obvious kind of a sound. So, see that? It's massive overkill. It's got that grit. It's got that analog-esque sort of thing. That's not so great. And then without. Oh, it's got this glorious thing going on. One thing I like to do . Yeah, polyphonic sampling, it's so fun. I have so many magic moments by taking a chord I've sampled and then playing it a fifth or a seventh down at the same time, or up, you know, so that sounds nice, but that transforms it sort of. Sorry. Yeah, it's fun. Fun times. So anyway, I guess to conclude this thing, I highly recommend the SoundToys stuff. The little plate is just, yeah, look, it's a good... little plate is worth buying on its own. Decapitator is worth buying on its own. Definitely. But it's very expensive. It's much more sensible to just buy everything in a bundle. Sorry, that's a bit crazy. That's going a bit ape. It's got that 80s club sound. Yeah, I want to make something with this, but... See, another thing is, like, with these chords, if you want them to be rhythmic, you have to change the envelope so that it's more like it's got an attack, but then a sustain. Alt X is your offset. Really useful. So this is... you can also do... Let's see, how could I third this? So if we do like third of a beat... No, it's going to have to be third of a step. Don't know. See, so it's too low. You could just like double this up. filter it. Gotta bring in the Monty. Let's maybe do like... It's nice, I like that. That's nice. Yeah, see, that's how you test if a reverb is good. You give it something that is repeating itself very quickly. You see, and I can hear that ringing a bit, which you probably won't get on your Seventh Heaven, because that's a pretty... This is like an end game reverb. So where are we? Number 2. Let's just route this through here. I just want to try this Europa thing again. This is hilarious. A little bit of shimmering there as well. But let's maybe try a church. Small church, large church, medium church. It's okay. It needs a pre-delay. Here it is. This thing here is actually a delay that feeds back through the reverb at a given time and a given volume, which is really, really handy. It's just to make it a little bit less linear. Let's try like 200 mils. Yeah. So what's this doing? We don't want this on the reverb. It's too much. This is very quiet. Why is this so quiet? Come on. Sometimes it's like, it's fun to pan things. It's fun to pan things. Assuming this is stereo. Yeah, it is. See, you build up. Those drums don't want to be on the reverb. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, we don't want this on reverb. That's dumb. Why the hell is this so quiet anyway? Drums. So again, you know, you kind of want to bring this up a bit. Turn this down. And then a bass. Let's use the decapitator on the sine wave thing, so that way we kind of demonstrate how it helps. Because like I was showing you earlier, and I'm just messing around. This is such a mess at the moment. But if we put this on, let's say number 7, if you look at your EQ again, that's why you never use a bass like this. You know, you've just got your fundamental frequency sitting at 64 Hertz, which is ridiculously low. And you've got this really weird little overtone at 120. So that's odd. It means it's not a sine wave. It's actually more of it's a sine wave with a square. But yeah, that's way too low down. So let's try. Let's just try a little bit of this. What is our key doing anyway? So obviously we don't want that panned. I've got it in my head. This is too high. When you sample from those old Postman Pat shows, everything's off out of tune. Sorry. I should set this polyphony to 1. You pretty much never, ever want 2 notes on your bass instrument playing at the same time. So let me just isolate this. It's just a really basic little house diddly. And that one wants to be longer. Something like that anyway. Bit more attack. That's better. There you go. That's better. Alright, where's our kick gone? There you go, baby. Yeah, so you see, that decapitator is turning that crappy sine wave bass into more of an analog sounding bass, which is really freaking nice. See, there it is on its own. Here it is decapitated. I don't know what this thump mode does. And the other thing you never want to do is like have overlapping notes. So I like to restrict polyphony to 1. Because when you have 2 bass notes going through a saturator, that's suicide. It totally kills it. Yeah. So this is cool. Kind of like this. Oh, we did have that other pattern, didn't we? I forgot about that. See, I don't like snare drums in house. I don't know why. I like... Yeah, I just don't think a snare drum belongs in a beat like that. It actually wants to be more of a clap. Maybe give this its own little plate reverb. I hope I'm demonstrating that. I'm not really. I wish this thing had a pre-delay. Oh yeah, might help to take the mix off 100%, huh? Yeah, see, it's just getting masked by the kick. Maybe that's all it needs. Then we'll take our little bass line here. Yeah. And you can even just like, if you really want to get funky, so yeah, dropping that acid. Bit more moody. And yeah, there's that sample, which I think I recorded from Fluid many, many years ago. Or is it the GameCube? Is it the GameCube thing? It might be the GameCube OS sample. But I just want to like feed this through a little reverb. Yeah, I suppose we'll try the plate reverb again. I just don't like the absence of a pre-delay. We'll low cut it as well. It's okay. I think a plate reverb is best for voices and things with a bright character. Yeah, a plate reverb isn't a end-all be-all solution. Number 4. Or was it number 3? Mm-hmm. Sorry, I want this to be. It's okay. Okay, let's try this. That's better. Dealing with different scales now. Let's try. Have this one over here. Yeah, it's a different sort of a scale. But yeah. Anyway, so I don't know. I'm going to wrap this shit up. I'm waffling and creating crap. So I highly recommend these. These are so good, especially if you're looking for saturation. The Decapitator is worth it. If you don't want the bundle, I mean, still buying Decapitator is just, you cannot go wrong. You have like 5 different kinds of analog equipment that gets simulated, producing really different sounds. I think there's even a Rupert Neve simulation in there. Thump mode is good on bass lines, like I was showing you, you know. You try different. I mean, that's kind of cool. That's not so nice. That's cool. Yo. And it depends on the attack coming through as well. Yeah. So yeah. I wish I had an actual keyboard for me. Anyway, folks, I'm going to wrap this nonsense up. Thanks very much for watching. Whatever you get out of these stupid things. I've got to move on. I've got to crack on with my day. I'm going to go do lunch with my dad. So yeah. Thanks very much, the one DJ, Plonk Apple. Yeah, Delphian Truth. So, and Bitterly, thank you very much. Yeah, we'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. Works in progress. We'll see. Yeah. What I've learned is, like, I need to leave the Twitch thing alone so that the data goes up to the server for 10 seconds and then I stop the stream. It's very silly. Thank you, Fisty Mart. Thank you, Blue Jay. Good to see you. Coin Operator, thanks very much. And yeah, I'll see you guys again in the near future. We'll talk about some other stuff. I hope it's useful.